We have some animals that were once thought to be nothing more than a myth, but were eventually confirmed to be real. Today, these mythical beasts are so well known that we couldn't imagine a zoo without them. These are 7 animals that were once thought to be mythical. Before we continue, please make sure to like and subscribe. Starting over our list at number 7, we have the mountain gorilla. As popular as they are today, there was a time where they weren't anything but a myth. Explorers would return from the jungle with stories about a giant hairy man with terrible temper and strength. Gorillas remained obscure and poorly understood for many more years, being often thought as brutal, unintelligent, and extremely violent. Moving on to number 6, we have the Okapi. The Okapi was well known to the ancient Egyptians and of course to the Pygmies, who lived in the same area of the African forests. Europeans, however, didn't believe the Pygmy stories. They considered the Okapi to be a mythical creature, and even called it the African unicorn. It's still hard to find one of these animals, but they can be seen at many zoos. Now at number 5, we have the Komodo Dragon. It is said that the Komodo Dragon was discovered when a World War I pilot crashed and swam to a remote island in Indonesia, where he reported seeing giant reptiles near the coast. One modern-day myth about them is that they lack venom, and their victim dies of blood poisoning, thanks to the deadly bacteria in the dragon's mouth. Although it is true that dragons have plenty of dangerous bacteria in their saliva, recent studies have suggested that they are also able to produce powerful dose of venom, making them the largest venomous animal alive. At number 4, we have the giraffe. Yep, the insanely famous giraffe was also once considered a myth. We have to admit that if we didn't know about giraffes and someone showed us a picture of one, we would have trouble to believe its existence. Just take a look at them. They are weird looking animals with extremely long necks. Number 3, the python. Today we tend to imagine dragons as being rather dinosaur-like, but early historians actually described them as being huge serpents that killed their prey by coiling around them and crushing them to death. Even the name python is borrowed from an ancient dragon from Greek mythology, so big and powerful that only the sun god Apollo could defeat her. Number 2, the tiger was one of the most popular animals in the world today, but that wasn't the case a couple years ago. To the ancient Greek, the tiger was a legendary animal, known as the manticore. Before, the tiger was reported to be so fierce and aggressive that it would snatch grown men from villages and drag them into the jungle, and they were not seen again. This creature was seen as something unbelievable. If you made it all the way to the number 1 spot, please make sure to like and subscribe. Anyway, the animal that got the number 1 spot is the giant squid. This creature is said to reach lengths as long as 59 feet. This animal was mistaken in the past as a kraken. There were myths saying that the kraken was strong enough to sink a boat. What they most likely saw was a giant squid, and they took the size out of context. While we don't know much about the giant squid, it is definitely something to be aware of. Make sure to like and subscribe for more amazing content. Also leave a comment of any animal you thought should have made the list.